This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Manitoba is rolling out a new health curriculum. It will make in-person gym classes mandatory for all students. The province says it's about creating healthy habits and preventing future problems. CBC's Josh Crabb breaks down what we know so far.
Kids in Boys and Girls Club of Winnipeg programming took to the pitch at Victor Major School. Come fall, more Manitoba students like Firdaus Yusufu are going to have to stay active, whether they want to or not.
I know some people personally who are not big fans of phys ed. They want to sit out, they don't want to be active and a part of it, and I'm the complete opposite.
Premier Wab Kinew and some of his cabinet ministers got in on the game after telling students across the province Manitoba is making gym class mandatory from kindergarten to grade 12.
Every single student in Manitoba will have to do gym class in person, no doctor's notes.
Grade 11 and 12 students have been able to do gym class on their own outside school to earn credits. That will change under the new curriculum.
For some kids, maybe we have to make gym more flexible and more attractive, but you still need to do it in person.
The new curriculum will be rolled out on a voluntary basis starting this fall, as well as the next school year, with a full rollout taking place in the 2028-29 school year. The education minister says so far 25 schools have signed up to take part.
The message of this curriculum is that physical activity and healthy living are for everyone, for every single child.
As part of the new physical education and health curriculum, students will learn about healthy nutrition and meal planning, the dangers of screen time, and warnings about sugary drinks. The Premier was asked if there's enough gym space and teachers to accommodate the change. He says schools may have to adapt and evolve.
I think if classmates are it's really good, there's good community, there's opportunities, there's credits that would encourage their peers more to join as well.
Yusufu is okay with the change, but says it won't be an easy sell for everyone. Josh Crabb, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, you may be used to seeing police officers in some grocery and retail stores in Winnipeg, but the Chief of Police says that will soon change. He says the program is being shelved to help fill critical operational shifts. The CBC's Rosanna Hempel reports.
Winnipeg police say retail stores will no longer be able to hire police officers for security starting in May. Chief Gene Bowers says their priority is to make sure they have enough officers for frontline policing.
Bowers wasn't available for an interview, but in a statement, he says the decision came after a comprehensive review. According to a Monday police memo obtained by CBC, this decision was not taken lightly, but was necessary in order to protect the service's ability to staff critical positions. Starting January 1st, bookable hours will drop by 50%, with a full withdrawal by May 1st. Officers have been accepting overtime shifts at retail stores for a number of years. Superstore began using special duty officers in 2019. Walmart followed in 2022. CBC learned that over the years, these retailers have spent millions on hiring local officers.
We had a discussion yesterday with a number of the impacted retailers who expressed disappointment.
John Graham with the Retail Council of Canada says they were notified this week. He argues getting rid of the program could only add to existing demands on police. He's asking Chief Bowers to reconsider.
However, we still think that Winnipeg Police Service is an important, and the off-duty officer program is an important component for very large, high theft targeted stores, and we're hoping to keep some component of that in place.
Premier Wab Kinew says the decision is the police's to make, and he supports them.
The way that we've responded to retail theft has been to have law enforcement with greater resources, and so they were able to provide that direct response in places like Osborne Village, downtown, some of the other hotspots that we were seeing a few years ago, and you saw the crime numbers go down.
The police union says the decision doesn't fall under its collective agreement, but will make sure that agreement is honored during the transition. A Loblaw spokesperson says they're navigating next steps to make sure stores, including superstores, are safe to shop and work. Rosanna Hempel, CBC News, Winnipeg.
A restorative justice program is getting a $5 million boost from the federal government. Manitoba Keewatin Okimakanak will expand its Glad You Pathways to Healing program. It helps northern Manitoba courts find Indigenous-led alternatives to jail to help rehabilitate offenders. The goal is to make northern communities safer long-term by addressing root causes that lead to crimes.
We have people on our staff that have decades of experience in provincial and federal corrections. So we have the capacity, we have the ability to be able to implement these programs, but we just never had the resources.
More than 500 people in 26 Northern First Nations will be able to access the program, except for violent offenders. U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America. He threatened to do that after Canada walked away from trade talks, and he and Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, traded insults. But Trump says it's part of a larger plan.
The lake change, Lake of America, was something I've been thinking about for a long time, actually. As you know, we took something called the Gulf of Mexico, we changed it, and now it's very routinely the Gulf of America. So if you think about it, we have a Gulf and we have a lake. Now all we need is an ocean.
The name change only applies to U.S. federal documents and geographic services. But when he renamed the Gulf of Mexico, some online map services also made the change. As many Canadian companies try to weather the tariff and trade storm, at least one based in Winnipeg is hoping to escape largely unscathed. The candle and home goods company already pivoted and overhauled its business model during the last round of tariffs, diversifying its client base and supply chain, all in the name of survival. The CBC's Rosanna Hempel brings us their story.
These candles used to be made with ingredients from the United States. That changed when American tariffs on Canadian exports came into play in March of last year.
We basically went cold turkey.
Farmer Sunco stopped selling to the U.S. entirely and stopped sourcing materials south of the border. Co-owner Dan Mitchell says there was too much instability in the fickle trade policies.
We just said, you know what, it's not worth it. If it means finding new partners, finding different vessels to pour our candles in, finding ways to just protect our business so that we can continue onwards, that's the smartest move for us.
He says it wasn't easy, but the hard work has mostly paid off. Candles are among the Canadian goods facing a 50% tariff.
I'm so happy that we made the decision that we did when we did.
It meant changing the whole business model. They expanded this retail store and now source materials and new products from Canada, Asia, and Europe.
And it's really about offering consumers new choices, new opportunities. A lot of it has been a period of exploration.
At the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce, CEO Lauren Remillard is hearing concern, but not panic. He says other industries are trying to do more business within Canada, too. He says not all can stop trading so easily with the U.S., Manitoba's #1 customer.
18 months ago, I think companies were in a little bit of a shock and started to examine and build up those contingency plans. Some have activated them earlier than others, and some contingency plans are much more difficult to turn flip a switch on.
Dan Mitchell says his costs could go up with the latest tariffs, but he's glad he's already pivoted. Now, these candles are burning with more certainty in his future. Rosanna Hempel, CBC News, Winnipeg.
All right, Riley, and now, Riley, it kind of feels like deja vu today, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I sound like a broken record when I say another decent day across much of the province today, but you know what? After the start of the season we had with the torrential rain, the flooding, the tornadoes, the hail, and everything else, I'll take this, 24 degrees in the city this afternoon. As forecast, 24 in Brandon, Melita, 26 degrees, very comfortable out there. Not a lot of cloud cover in the sky either. Very light winds. That's thanks to high pressure that is situated over the province right now. I mean, there's a bit of cloud cover through the Interlake, and some of that did filter down into the Red River Valley, but really that's about it for any real weather. Look up tonight, though. We do have that lunar eclipse, that deep partial lunar eclipse happening through the late evening into the early overnight hours tonight. 10 degrees in Winnipeg. Give or take, might drop down a couple degrees depending on where you are in the city. Mostly sunny first thing in the morning, 13 degrees. We'll start to get a bit of wind into the picture tomorrow and some cloud starts to build in. There is the potential that we do see maybe a couple of scattered showers, particularly in the western part of the province, but another very nice day temperature-wise, 26 into the afternoon. Brittany, I'll time out the potential for some of that shower activity when I come back.
Thank you, Riley.
You're welcome.
Targeted and scammed, the latest scheme to hit Manitoba small businesses in the pocketbook. We'll have more on that next. Stay with us. Scammers are targeting small Manitoba businesses online. It all starts with the pop-up market so many people have come to know and love. Their popularity is now being used to target vendors and swindle them out of time and money. CBC's Mike Arsenault reports.
Lane Quigley and his wife Brooke are the proud owners of Wheat City Wheatless Goods, a gluten-free bakery in Brandon, Manitoba. They've only been open a short time, so when they received an email inviting them to host a booth at the Assiniboia Downs Manitoba Night Market, they were thrilled.
We were filling out the form. They were asking us what kind of products we provide. Like I said, it was all very convincing. Very convincing. So we filled it out and responded to them, and they gave us a price.
Quigley says on the morning he was supposed to go to Winnipeg for the market, he called the Assiniboia Downs to firm up some of the details, and he got some unfortunate news.
He said, I don't see Wheat City Wheatless Goods on my list. And he asked me about the email address we got it from, and he said any official correspondence would have come from their email, and he gave it to me, and it wasn't the one that we had been talking to.
Quigley says the scammers stole $150 from them through the fake email invite.
And it's quite convincing. It's well written, right?
Scammers have been impersonating other pop-up markets as well. Shirley Muir is the co-founder of Holiday Alley, a winter festival and pop-up market in Selkirk, Manitoba. She says one of her regular vendors received a suspicious email a couple weeks ago inviting them to the event.
The owners of the store got a hold of us, asked us if this was a scam. We looked at it, we said absolutely it was, and then we immediately notified a very large database of marketers that we have to let them know that this was going on and to protect themselves.
Third and Bird hosts urban markets and pop-up shops all over the province. Founder Shander Kremsky says scammers have been posing as her business for years.
These scammers will make a fake email address, but again, they will use our likeness, and it might say Third and Bird, but it might have like a double I or a double R where you don't really catch it.
Quigley says he's going to be extra cautious about receiving emails moving forward and encourages other businesses to do the same.
Good things do happen, but sometimes good things are too good to be true.
Quigley says he's reported the scam to local police. Mike Arsenault, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Looking to leave, the Winnipeg Jets star goalie says he wants out. Connor Hellebuyck has gone public, saying he wants to be traded from the team. In a statement released by his agent, Hellebuyck confirms he privately requested a trade by the Jets months ago. But with training camp approaching, he says it was important to say it publicly, adding that he believes moving on is the best path forward for him and his family. The Jets say Hellebuyck has been open about his desire for a change, but added they have no update to provide. A Manitoba dairy farm is going green. The farm near Lebroquerie showed off its newly finished solar installation, one of the largest to date in Manitoba. They say they're doing their part to help dairy farmers reach net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, but admits Canada has a long way to go, especially compared to Europe.
We, as Canada, we still have to catch up a lot. What we can do as Canadians, we see that as farms, when we get the ball rolling and all the great team that we have here, together with Manitoba Hydro, we can make a success.
He says making the switch will save his family's operation money for generations to come. Aquatic invasive species are a growing problem across Manitoba. Now a group in northern Manitoba is trying to keep them out of waterways through education and information. CBC's Eric Westhaver explains.
These are zebra mussels. They start microscopic, but grow into a big problem, choking life out of the water. They hitch rides on boats, watercraft, even in toys. A group of volunteers in Cranberry Portage are pushing to keep these critters away. Retired biologist Chris Smith started a group called Citizens for Protecting Our Northern Waterways. They now monitor 20 northern lakes.
It's our hope that through our education program that people will become more and more aware and making sure that they check for weeds and that type of thing to prevent the spread.
Zebra mussels have been found in some Manitoba waterways. Clear Lake banned boats for 2 years due to an infestation. Divers and heavy equipment can be needed to rip them away. Cranberry Portage has several fishing lodges, hosts a fishing derby every summer, and gets its drinking water from the lakes. Invasive species here could mean disaster.
If we start having to repair pipes, pumps on a regular basis because they become infected or destroyed by an aquatic invasive species like zebra mussels, the cost of that would be just astounding. There's no way we could deal with that.
Smith is monitoring other species like curly leaf pondweed. That showed up in First Cranberry Lake last year.
Just make sure you take the 5 minutes, drop your motor, clean the weeds off, pull the plug, get your live well drained, and dry off your boat before you go to another water body. It's that simple.
The waters around Cranberry Portage remain mostly pristine, and locals hope they stay that way. They have 3 words of warning for all visitors coming in: clean, drain, and dry. Eric Westaver, CBC News, Cranberry Portage.
Riley, you know what? Sometimes Manitoba and Winnipeg get a bit of a bad rap.
Yep.
But when we have days and weeks like this, it really shows off how beautiful our province is.
No kidding.
Right? Like, you just have to look outside.
Yeah. And maybe if you didn't get outside, well, I've got some video to show you from outside today. This was taken near Lage in the Perimeter by our Trevor Bryan, who was out with one of our drones today. Just look at that sky, look at the landscape, that water. Not a lot of wind, very still as well. I always love seeing what your corner of the province looks like, whether it's by drone or just on your phone. Send your pictures to me to talkback@cbc.ca, and you know, we'll have more days like this ahead as we get toward the end of the month, even into the beginning of September, actually looking fairly decent. There's maybe a bit of a blip in the road here as we get toward the weekend. I'll talk about that, but big football game tomorrow. The Montreal Alouettes in town, and you know, that game actually looking very decent weather-wise as well. Maybe a bit breezy at times, and there is the slightest chance of a scattered shower or a sprinkle as we get into the early evening. But around kickoff, 23 degrees in Winnipeg, and still staying into the low 20s as we get through halftime and toward the end of the game. But like I said, the wind might be a bit of an issue. Not overly windy, but it might be a bit breezy at times as we get through the evening. So high pressure has kept us nice and sunny today. That will push out as we get through the night tonight. Mainly clear skies through the night, which means some places could be dropping into the single digits overnight once again tonight, particularly into parts of northern Manitoba. I'll walk you through your overnight temperatures in a moment here. But as we get into Friday, you'll start to see some cloud building in. A weak trough starts to push across the province, but as this pushes eastward, it really, for the most part, dries up. There's still a little bit of disagreement with the forecast modeling on what to do with some of this precipitation, but at least this particular forecast model at least giving a little bit of shower activity into parts of Westman as we get through the middle part of the day. There could be the odd rumble of thunder out of some of that, but the further east you go, we'll start to see the cloud building in as we get through the afternoon, and then really all this dries up. This is the start of the Bomber game tomorrow night. Looking at cloudy with sunny breaks, there is the chance, like I said, of a couple of sprinkles as we head into the evening. It's more so as we head into Saturday in northern Manitoba. There is an area of low pressure off to the northwest of us that could bring a few showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms into Saturday, pretty generally through central and northern parts of the province. And we could be in for a little bit of instability as we get into the day on Sunday with a slim chance of showers and thunderstorms at this point. Overnight looking at 10 in Winnipeg, 9 overnight in Brandon, could get down to 5 or 6 degrees through Thompson into Gillam overnight tonight. And then looking at another decent day tomorrow. Temperatures, Brittany, very seasonal, around 24, 25 degrees for most of us as we head through the day.
Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Well, many are hanging on to the last weeks of summer. Some are already looking ahead to Halloween. Is it too soon? We find out next.
Welcome back. We've had pleasant dog walking weather for the most part as we've gone through the week so far. I mean, a little windy earlier in the week at times, but another decent one tomorrow, particularly into the morning. And, you know, here's Bruno anxiously waiting to go on that walk, saying, come on, Linda, let's go. Thanks, Linda, for sending this picture in. Send yours to talkback at cbc.ca. Sunrise happening closer to 8:30 now, so a little bit darker to start. 26 by the time we're into the afternoon, maybe a bit breezy, but still a decent day nonetheless, with a chance of a couple of isolated showers late afternoon into the early evening. 26 into Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds pretty generally. There is a chance of a few showers or some isolated thunderstorms as we get into Sunday, and we're starting September still 25 and 26 degrees. Summer, though, is slowly coming to an end. Pumpkin spice is back on the menu, whether you want it or not.
And while it is still August, some people are already preparing for, yes, Halloween. But it is too early, or is it, to start celebrating. Here's our daily lift.
It is never too early to be celebrating Halloween. We are always looking for fun new ways to kind of think of Halloween shindigs. We actually just bought some silicone skeleton ice cube things the other day for my husband, and he loves them. So it's always just fun to celebrate Halloween.
Then you get to do new stuff and more new stuff, and then every year you get to pick more new stuff.
It's way too early. It's crazy. It's like the leaves aren't even falling yet. Come on, let's go here.
I really love Halloween, so I'm gonna say no, because I really like the decorating for it and planning for it. And I'm a teacher, so I love setting my classroom up for it and all those things. We've gone through the heat. It's been hot this year, so it's nice to kind of, you know, put on a sweater.
Get out of my way! All the holidays come too early. Christmas is like, everything's coming out. I don't know, it's just commercialized now, so.
It does tend to come out a little early, for sure. Yeah.
I really want to be a pumpkin.
A scary one or a happy one?
Happy.
You know, I love pumpkin spice, I love Halloween, but let's just let summer last a little longer.
Let's just wring every last drop out of the summertime clock.
Right? Keep my coffee iced right now.
The Halloween can wait till October.
Exactly.
Go in another month.
Oh, well, you'll have to wait till tomorrow night when we'll see you back here again. Have a great night.